Senator Rob Portman puts together a stimulus check dream team to potentially go around House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. You're not going to want to miss today's update. Hello and welcome to today's November 30th second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. Nancy Pelosi plans to stick with her all or nothing stimulus check and stimulus package approach. Steny Hoyer, who's just below her, and Senator Rob Portman indicate it's time to go around her for the good of the American people. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. Okay, now remember last week I told you that Senator Rob Portman from Ohio came forward and said that he had signed himself up in the vaccine trials because he wanted to show his constituents that the vaccines were coming along and that in his opinion, they would be safe. He also said the stimulus negotiations need to be done before the end of the year, or 2021 would start off on the wrong foot, and many small businesses would not survive without stimulus injection. Senator Portman then said he would start working on his own stimulus relief package after the Thanksgiving break and would present it and round up enough votes to get it passed. Well, Senator Portman is back in Washington, D.C. and ready to get this stimulus deal done. Now, you'll also remember that Senator Rob Portman was the senator that wanted to see a back-to-work bonus in July and was laughed at. They told him, that's a dumb idea. We just need to give people money to stay at home. And he said, no, we need to reopen and give money to people as they get back on their feet and back into a good job, right? So essentially, he wanted to see the American worker get around $450 every week for about 3 to 5 weeks, or until they could get that first paycheck, right? He wanted to help them get back on their feet. But again, Senator Portman was laughed at all the way back in July. Well, now, over the weekend, this same Senator Portman used Twitter to let the world know his intentions. He said, when Congress returns to D.C. next week, we need to pass a COVID-19 relief bill that provides direct relief to families, right? Stimulus checks. Another round of PPP to small businesses. Money to support healthcare workers and hospitals, and money for vaccine distribution. Now, he went on to say a few other things, but those were the main points that he hit. He's also a proponent of the back to work bonus. He was also a proponent of the continued federal unemployment boost, right? Now, he did not want the $600, but he liked right around that $400 mark. So he's going to be working with a team that he has put together. The group that Senator Portman is working with will be bipartisan, right? Both sides of the aisle. Those involved at this point are Chris Coon, Mark Warner, Dick Durbin, Michael Bennet, and Joe Manchin. On the Republican side, Mitt Romney, Rob Portman, and Lisa Murkowski. So they will be working together. Now, if they're going to do a bipartisan bill, hey, why not start with the Problem Solvers Caucus, which is already a bipartisan bill. So just use that as a jumping off point. Now, I never want to see insurrection, but I am grateful to see other representatives and senators stepping up and saying that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is not going to get money to the people. Her all or nothing approach has gotten the nothing out of the all or nothing so far. I think many Republicans and Democrats are ready to work on the stimulus package and feel that they left her working on it by herself for too long, and that is obvious by the fact that it didn't pass. So these are things that I'm reading, right? These are not my own words. Now, Representative Hoyer, who is one step below Nancy Pelosi in the House of Representatives, He said before the election that he was considering going around Nancy Pelosi if stimulus was not done. And he is now saying that a bill must get done before the end of the year. So he is saying, with or without Pelosi, something must get done before the end of 2020. Now, it's very important that the House follow the lead of Representative Hoyer and get a deal done for two reasons. Number one, holding out for $3.4 trillion, although it is noble, there is zero chance that that's going to pass in 2020, which means that people would be waiting until possibly February to get a stimulus check, unemployment, rent assistance. It's too long to wait, right? The second reason is the House of Representatives leaves Washington, D.C. in 9 days, and the Senate leaves in 2 weeks. So we are running out of time. We have to get something done right away, right? Like this week, right? Now, yesterday, former White House chief economist Austin Goolsbee said it's time to take another stimulus package deal, right? Basically, don't wait around for a $3.4 trillion deal. He said, so if they accept a half loaf, then they should accept the half loaf and then try to get another half of a loaf next year, right? Now, as someone who bakes bread, let me translate what he was saying. Basically, the former chief economist said to do a smaller deal now that helps the people and the economy, and then next year, ask for another stimulus deal until the job is done, right? We already know that there's going to be a need for some level of stimulus in 2021, but we know right now, while things are dire, that they must get something done before Christmas. So he is saying to get that done and to get it done now, and then do another deal in 2021. Now, Senator John Cornyn of Texas blasted Democrats for not getting a deal done and said in this post-Thanksgiving week that they need to get something done, to which many Democrats replied back and said, we already got something done and you refused to pass it, most likely referencing the HEROES Act of $3.4 trillion. This all comes down now to finding the right dollar amount and the right size package to get something that the House will pass, that the Senate will pass, and that the President will sign. So if those three areas of the triangle aren't happy, there will be no stimulus package in 2020. So they need to really consider the dollar amount that they go after as far as getting a deal done in 2020. With Congress now back in session and the clock ticking, hopefully we will know this week the direction that they choose to go and that the package they intend to vote for and move forward. Something must get done this week. Many senators and representatives are saying this is the week to get something done. But I did want to let you know that Senator Rob Portman and a few other names that you probably recognized, they are back right now working on this. And so hopefully we'll have something done very, very quickly. Joe Biden over the weekend injured his leg while he was out playing with his dog. He will have to wear a boot on his right leg while he works. This shouldn't be an issue, though. John McCain and Hillary Clinton had similar injuries and were still able to fulfill their role. So it's expected that Joe Biden will. Black Friday, which is usually an indication of the Christmas shopping season, saw much lower amounts of money spent, with a large portion of total sales being online and not at malls or shopping centers. This will prove to be a very hard year on retail, and especially those with physical stores as online platforms continue to dominate. This is my update for today. I wish to remind you that you are amazing. Now, before you go, make sure to check out this 3-minute video that I posted earlier today. A strange and mysterious monolith tower was found in the barren desert of Utah, and just as people were starting to study it, it disappeared. And so now there's a lot of chatter about what is this, where did it come from, and why did it disappear? Hey, I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.